James, let's get your thoughts on Partey, and then obviously we'll go into Havertz and Ben White. Both scored a couple goals, but worth talking about. Go on, James.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll give some more general thoughts on the game, though, not just on Partey, because we've wanted this midfield all season. We haven't been able to have it since the Community Shield, and we saw why. It frees up Declan Rice a little bit. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of Jorginho, but is there that feeling that when Rice is playing there with Jorginho, he does have to still be that little bit more disciplined? I couldn't believe the areas he was picking up Declan Rice. He was wide hugging the touchline at times, so Trossard can move in field. He was right on the last man, but he was also dropping in as well. It gave him such freedom to, a £100 million midfielder. You want to let them enjoy the game the way they need to a degree, but you need the players that facilitate that. But he wasn't the best midfielder on the pitch, Partey. It was Martin Odegaard. He was the best player on the pitch. I was did a preview of Matisse, and he asked me, who should we be fearful of? And I said, it's Odegaard. I think he's in the best form of his Arsenal career. And that might have been his best ever performance for Arsenal. Mm-hmm. It was utterly outstanding. It was... I don't know how many performances I've watched like that at the Emirates where I've just thought, we can... And people will say you're going too far, but if we get a title over the line, the conversations about world class won't be ridiculous. And when we're talking about... Well, do you agree with that, Turkish?
100%. We win a league. Odegaard has this calendar year, if we're talking player of the year and we win the league, Rice and Odegaard, in my opinion, are the outstanding candidates. With a Saliba, I think they're all candidates. But sorry, James. No,
I agree. I wasn't sure because sometimes we're too quick to drop the world class word, and I still agree we've got a lot to see, but. That performance yesterday was utterly mesmerising, from creating to pressing. He was doing everything. He was in the first phase, and then he was the decisive player in the final phase. I love that Ben White got his 2 goals. I love that shameless celebration for the second one, where he was like, didn't mean it. But he was brilliant. I thought Saka was very good, actually. I thought this was one of the games where most things he did, the decision was right and he executed it. I thought Cucurella gave him a good battle, but Saka stood up to it. And Kai Havertz, I'm going to say it, first half he was awful. Being really honest. First half, it wasn't happening. He could drive into space, he couldn't get his pass right. Second half, though, oh my word, he became clinical Kai out of nowhere, because that run, by the way, what an assist from Odegaard, but that run and beyond, it's a great run. Yeah. It's a really, to know that Odegaard can play that pass, stay on side and attack it. When you've got that much space, it could be tempting to drift into an offside position, but times it brilliantly. Great finish. They scored a goal at the Emirates very similar to that, but for Chelsea in a pre-season friendly. And then the second was brilliant. It was a bit of a fuck it finish. He got
James,
it.
Sorry, just before you, I'll let you kind of just, I know you're full flow. Winning the league, beating Manchester City aside, a Kai Havertz hat-trick yesterday would have been the moment of the season. That against Chelsea. I mean, a hat-trick alone for Kai Havertz would have been amazing. But a Kai Havertz hat-trick against Chelsea would have been the moment of the season. And not only showing up Chelsea fans for bashing him, but like I said before, there's people on this podcast that, there's a bit of humble pie over there, and, let's get stuck in.
We can speak, but this convo can go left on a day. We need to be very positive. I know.
Because
James was very honest first half.
I was fuming with him first half.
Second half.
I was fuming with him. When he should have shot, and he passed it. I was fuming with him.
That stuff, do you know, Lee, that stuff didn't annoy me as much, actually. That's the thing with Kai. The passing we should have shot and shooting we should have passed, that stuff didn't bother me, because we're talking about the final action, the difficult bit, which is putting the ball in the back of the net. It was everything else. It was the hold-up play.
Jordan just tried to... Is he Kaka yet? Is he Kaka yet? Nah. James in the office.
You know what's fun? That whole time you were talking, Turkish thinking, what? Did Jordan just come for me?
I was thinking this.
Yeah, he did. He was fully internalising it. Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Nah, you're right. But no, second half though, he was like, look, I'm in Harris to put it in the back of the net. Let me just do it, and he did, which was great. I think there was a moment which it was the corner that resulted in our second goal, Ben White's first, where Odegaard rolls that lovely ball in behind and Havertz with his right foot forces save from Petrovic to get the corner. The one thing Havertz, because I keep sort of working out, what does Havertz have over Jesus? Because I actually don't think as much. I think Jesus is a better tight spaces player, more flair, more skill. I think Havertz has more like natural striker's movement. Like, I think that run off the ball to get into really dangerous areas, he was actually doing that all game, despite me being really frustrated for his first 50 minutes of the game. And that is something he does, we've talked about movement, but you really see it when he's up front. So fair play to him for that. Final thing I'll say on all this is, I'm of an age where I went to school with Chelsea fans and Chelsea in their pomp at their best, like winning Champions Leagues, titles, going through manager after manager, seeing some of the world's best arrive at their club, and they were the bane of my life, man. It was just, I hated it. Just Chelsea fans all around me, people who I was convinced, like, you don't watch football, we say you're a Chelsea fan. It was relentless to not only beat them. Because let's face it, the last few years they've had nothing on us. Not in fixtures, not in the table. And even when it comes to trophies, this is their second, the Champions League was obviously 3 years ago, which is annoying. But the last couple of years, they've had nothing on us. Despite the money they spent, trying to, claw back the glory days by just spending.
Arteta's record against Chelsea is really, really good. I think his first game,
really good.
His first ever game, I think, was against Chelsea. I think it was.
Yes, it was at home at the Emirates. I was there. We lost 2-1, but we battered
Did we lose
them.
that one? Okay, take it back.
Yeah, we did. But I just wanted to say that when we were shit, Man United let us know, and Liverpool let us know, and Chelsea let us know. I'm not talking the table, because we're 30 points ahead of Chelsea now. And we could all brag about that. Hey, we're 30 points ahead. But to actually, in 90 minutes, flex and show them, no, we are this much better than you. Don't tell me Cole Palmer was missing. Don't tell me Gusto and James. No one is going to sympathise for a £1 billion squad. Nobody is going to sympathise. They made City work hard for it the other day, and they've been good in these big 6 games. They had Thiago Silva and Chalobah on the bench. That's not our problem. They had a £200 million midfield, and that doesn't include their supposed best midfielder of the season in Gallagher. Well, outside of Palmer. So, to actually, when we went in at half-time 1-0, I saw a tweet from Elliot from Arsenal Vision. He said, I just feel like if we get one more, this will be 3 or 4, and he was spot on. And I kind of was thinking as well, like, we'll just get that second, and it'll rain goals. And it did, and I'm so glad. I've seen us 3-0 up at half-time against them last season. We didn't score in the second half. I've seen us 3-0 up at half-time against Man United. We didn't get more in the second half. I've seen us do this to a few teams. To actually hit that 5, and again it should have been more, was really satisfying, because we've been in a position to do that a lot over the last, over actually the last 10 years we've been in positions to do this to teams where they've done it to us and we never did. I'm so glad we did, because they deserved it and we deserved it. Well done to Arteta, because I know we said on a few podcasts ago that some felt we don't give him enough credit, but when things go wrong we probably highlight him too much, and that's probably fair to a degree. But I actually think he made bold decisions, going with finally the midfield we all wanted to see. Was Partey ready earlier? We don't know, but clearly, this is a case of now give us what you can give us for the last 4 or 5 games. Tomiyasu coming in, I thought did really well. Trossard, that was a big decision. Havertz up top, Trossard on the left, especially. I thought Jesus was good at Wolves, so that was a big decision. He got it right, albeit the first half did make me question whether he got it right, but he did. And then the subs. I mean, can I just say, it's so silly, but wasn't it great just to watch Jesus, Martinelli, Jorginho, and Zinchenko all stroll onto the pitch at once? I think it was a 4-man sub, wasn't it? They all came on at the same time. I think it was anyway. But for them all to come on basically at 5-0, 4-0, I think it was 5-0, job done. That was great. It kind of showed off our strength and depth. So I thought we got the subs absolutely right. All the right players I wanted coming on did, and all the players that I wanted coming off did. And that includes Bukayo Saka, because we've sort of made jokes in previews or whatever that he never gets a rest. But I thought it was good to get him off and get Vieira out on that right hand side, see how he did. And you know what? It didn't all come off for him. I thought he looked bright. And I know we're winning and whatever, but I thought he looked all right. I thought he did some good stuff. And I just want to say a really big thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, actually hit the links right here to watch more content like this, including my Football First podcast, which drops every Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. And I know it's annoying, I am really sorry to have to ask, but if you want to show support to the channel, hitting the like and subscribe buttons help promote the content much more than you could possibly know. Thanks again.